Hello and welcome friends to this new video on astrology. Today we'll talk about a very important transit, that is Rahu's transit in Pisces. What results it can give you, because of this transit. If you're a certain ascendant, then what result you will experience, what results and what remedies you need to do. So we'll discuss that. Now friends, you know that Rahu, the shadow planet of illusion, Rahu stays in one zodiac sign for 18 months. Okay? Now, Rahu right now is in Pisces. Alright? So, what results it can give you? Because of its position in Pisces. Now, if you are an Aries ascendant, so we'll straight away go to each of the ascendants. There are 12 ascendants from Aries to Pisces. So if you are an Aries ascendant, then what results you can experience? Now, Aries ascendants, Rahu will be transiting into your 12th house now, because you have Pisces in the 12th house. 12th house of foreign settlement, foreign land, 12th house of loss, alright, even spirituality, the house of mystery. In that house, Rahu is positioned in Pisces. So, Aries ascendants people will do very well if they somehow are interested in some hidden secret knowledge, okay, of the occult fields or of spirituality. If they're interested in spirituality, if they're interested in experiencing some pleasure by some pleasure or some joy, some ecstasy, and if they want to experience that spiritual ecstasy through deep meditation, yoga, or some sort of spiritual practices, then it will give them very good results. Aries ascendants. They may also, Rahu gives you obsession, hunger, desire. So Aries ascendant people, during this time, this transit will, it's there in Aquarius. Now for more than 1 year, Rahu will stay in Pisces. So during this time, Aries ascendant people, you may be obsessed with 12th house matters. You may suddenly feel that you're drawn towards spirituality, certain spiritual practices. This can happen. Okay, or meditation, yoga. You may be interested in all of that. You may be interested in self-realization, in knowing your own self by going deep within yourself. Okay? 12th house is the house of the subconscious mind. So you may also be interested in psychology. You may be interested, as I told you, in, understanding your own mind, your own self. Now, you may also be love to be in your world of imagination also. You may also tend to be very creative. This can happen. And also, I can tell you that Rahu is in Pisces, so it's happening in your 12th house. Rahu is there. So it can also give you a desire for foreign travel and even settlement. You may want to go to a foreign land. The desire to be there in a foreign land. This can also happen. Alright? Yes. The desire to connect with foreign people, foreign cultures. Yes. The desire to explore foreign lands, foreign cultures. That also Aries ascendant people can experience. The only thing that you have to be careful about is that Be careful about your hidden enemies. There may be some hidden enemies and you may not know about them. Okay? So, but then if Rahu is well posited in the 12th house and now you know it is in Pisces, so look at also Jupiter's placement, because Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. Then if Jupiter is well placed, you may have the ability to even know who could be your hidden enemies. So be careful. Do not go out alone in the dark at night time. This is one more remedy. There could be some disturbance in your sleep. This can happen. So many things, so many ideas. You could be, maybe whatever ideas you have, whatever desire you have to explore things connected to the 12th house, like foreign lands, spirituality. You may have a deep-rooted desire to explore certain spiritual practices. So you may at times be restless, and that can also give you lack of sleep at times. You may experience that restlessness. This can happen. But then the remedy is meditation, obviously, and also you should do some breathing exercise, pranayama. That is also very good. Otherwise, Rahu in the 12th house. 12th house is also the house of all kinds of losses. Even it can show diseases. That is why the loss of health. So that is why I do some pranayama, breathing exercise. That's very good remedy. And so when you have Rahu in the 12th house, all these things you can see. If you're an Aries ascendant, okay, and be careful about spending money. Okay, don't be obsessed about expenditure, spending too much of money. Don't do that, because Rahu expands wherever it sits. It can expand even the significations of the house. So be careful with your expenditure. Do some charity, especially be kind to animals, even insects, birds, all creatures. Be kind to the physically and mentally challenged or handicapped. Okay, do some charity, do some donation. That is a very good remedy if you have Rahu now in Pisces in your 12th house, Aries ascendants. Now let's move on to Taurus ascendant. Sorry. If you are a Taurus ascendant, then this transit, Rahu's transit in Pisces, will happen in your 11th house. So during this period, you may be obsessed with your gains. You may want to gain more and more and more. Usually Rahu is believed to be very powerful in the 11th house of gains. So you may want more and more, and you may not be satisfied, because Rahu gives you insatiable hunger to gain more and more profits from your work or business, from everything, from all deals in life. Okay? So this can happen. But you need to be careful, because after all, 11th house is the house of Saturn and signified also by Jupiter. So do not earn money by adopting unethical or unfair means. That you should not do. Now Rahu here will give you a tendency to do that, because Rahu is the ultimate idol breaker. Rahu does not believe in following traditions. Okay? Rahu breaks all norms, rules, regulations of society. So yeah, so that is why you have to be very careful. Yes, you may at times, Taurus ascendant people, you may somehow get tempted to, adopt shortcuts, even unfair means to gain money. So, or wealth. Be careful. Yes, you should not do that. All right. And you may have some, either your elder siblings may go away from you, or you may have some difference of opinion with them during this period. This can happen. You may have some difference of opinion with people in your social circle. This can happen. You may at times, you may feel attached to them, but you may also have difference of opinion with people in your social circle, this can happen. Or in your social circle there may be people from different cultures, this can happen. Okay, if you are active on social media and your social circle is also the social media circle, then there could be an expansion in your social media followers. If you are a content creator or social media influencer, you could see growth in your followers. This can happen because Rahu gives you expansion. Yes, now Rahu is also online technology. You can use online technology, internet technology, any kind of technology for that matter, to maximize your gains from your profession. You can do that. Alright, now let's move on to, oh yes, Rahu in the 11th house. Taurus people, you may also be drawn towards research, towards exploring any sort of thing, towards studying something, doing some secret investigation, research. Okay, trying to acquire some hidden secretive knowledge. You can also do that. This can happen because Rahu is now in your 11th house. You may have a desire to do research, secret investigation. Yes, this can happen. Now let's move on to, and you can benefit from your research also, or any sort of investigation. Okay, or if you are after any hidden knowledge, secret knowledge, you can gain from that. Now let's move on to, you can gain from different professions of Rahu also. Why not? Because if Rahu is in Pisces, you can really gain from any kind of occult field of knowledge. You can gain wealth from even psychology. You can gain wealth from if you're after any sort of, if you can gain wealth from foreign lands, because Rahu is in your 11th house. You can gain wealth from foreign connections. You can gain wealth from the world of television, cinema, because Rahu is illusion. So you can gain wealth from any field which is connected to Rahu. Rahu is technology also. Now let's move on to Rahu, results for Rahu in Pisces for Gemini ascendants. If you are a Gemini ascendant, then this transit will happen in your 10th house of profession. Gemini ascendant people. Okay, so 10th house of profession, you can gain from all those professions which are signified by Rahu. Because of your profession, you may go to a foreign land, or you may have to undertake foreign travel because of your profession. This can happen. Okay, when Rahu is in the 10th house, do not enter into any dispute with seniors or superiors at your workplace. You should not do that. Okay, now if Rahu is in the 10th house, your profession may require you to be confidential, secretive about certain things. So maintain that professional confidentiality, secrecy. You need to maintain that. Be careful. You may have certain enemies also at your workplace, so be careful. Who has what intentions, you don't know. Okay, so be careful. Do not reveal what you are thinking to anyone and everyone, unless someone is at your office or at your workplace is somebody whom you can really trust. Otherwise, no information, no piece of information should be shared with others. Be very careful. Okay, so you need to be very you need to maintain all confidentiality and secrecy, and do not reveal your mind to others, because who will misuse that piece of information and who will pit that against you, you don't know. They may misuse it, they may use it against you to defame you also. So you need to be very careful. Now Rahu is transiting in Pisces in your 10th house. Gemini people, you can do well in politics. So it will stay for more than a year. During this time, maybe you can try, if there are people, Gemini ascendant people, if you really want to do well in politics, then this is the right time for you to try. Yes, try to get some if you really want to get some ticket, you would really want to get an entry into politics, then this is the right time. You should try, actually. Build your connections, your social network. Okay. You have to be very clever. You have to know how to talk and manipulate things, people. If you have to be into politics, you have to be very clever, very diplomatic. All right. You can benefit from all professions which are connected to Rahu, like any field of occult knowledge, like astrology, tarot, numerology, even Vastu. You can benefit from any occult field of science. You can benefit from secret investigation, research. If that is connected to your profession, you can benefit from that. Okay? Even psychology, because psychology is trying to unravel the mystery of the human mind. Yes, you can do very well there. Even any sort of legal investigation, anything which requires secretive investigation, you can do well. Okay? You can do well if your profession, I told you, is connected to foreign lands and foreign dealings. Alright? Your profession may require you to travel to, you may have to go to a foreign place. So all these things will be positive. Otherwise, you may also encounter obstacles in your profession. If none of these things is happening in your profession, then you may encounter obstacles, delays and obstacles in seeing growth in your profession. This can also happen. Okay, the best remedy is to focus, because Rahu tends to scatter, or Rahu tends to, your attention gets scattered. Rahu tends to distract you. So overcome all distractions and try to focus on your goal, your professional targets. That is the best remedy for Gemini ascendants who are having their Rahu transit in Pisces in their 10th house. Now let's move on to Cancer ascendant. If you are a Cancer ascendant, then Rahu will transit in Pisces in your 9th house. 9th house is the house of religion, your dharma, your duty, responsibilities, your father, even foreign travel, your higher education, your values, moral principles. Now when Rahu comes here, do not compromise on your moral principles, Cancer ascendant people. Do not compromise on your values to get fortunate in life. Do not do that. Do not adopt shortcut or unfair means to get fortunate. That is not the way. Okay? Because after all, the 9th house is originally the house of Sun and Jupiter. Okay, it is the lord of this house is Jupiter, and the significators are Sun and Jupiter. So you need to be very careful about your principles and actions. Rahu may make you deviate from the path of morality. This can happen. You may suddenly get attracted to some new religion, to some different religious philosophy. You may have the desire to follow some other religion. This can happen. Okay? Rahu can make you do all that during this period of transit in Pisces in your 9th house of religion. Okay? Now Rahu in Pisces in your 9th house, you can do very well if you're if you are actually trying to Rahu in your 9th house. Now what will happen if you are religiously chanting some mantras, that it will give you good results. In order to worship some deity, if you are chanting some mantras repeatedly, repeatedly you're chanting mantras, and you want to actually win their grace, and you are maybe even desirous of gaining some spiritual power, and yes, and so you are into some spiritual practice. Actually it's a religious practice, but you are chanting mantras to gain some blessings, divine blessings and all, then it will give you good results. Okay? Now Rahu in your 9th house also, what will happen, you may have difference of opinion with your father, or your father may be away from you. This can also happen. Okay, father's health, there may be some health issues. Your father may have health issues. Please ask your father also to do breathing exercise or pranayama. Okay, that's very good. Breathing exercise will, increase the level of oxygen in your blood, and then your Jupiter becomes strong. And Jupiter blesses you with longevity. So they should do breathing exercise, even your father. Now you may go away somehow from your gurus or teachers. This can also happen during this period. Okay, you may have difference of opinion with your teachers or gurus also. All right, you may be obsessed about higher education, higher studies, but you may encounter obstacles. If you get the opportunity, you may also get an opportunity to go abroad or go to a foreign place for higher studies. If you get such an opportunity, you should definitely go to a foreign place for higher studies. Yes. Okay, otherwise if you're in your hometown or birthplace, you may encounter obstacles in higher studies. Unless your higher studies is connected to Rahu, like psychology, or maybe you're studying something connected to the occult fields, then it is okay. Otherwise you may encounter obstacles in higher studies also. Now let's move on to Leo Ascendants. Leo Ascendants, you will have this Rahu transit in Pisces happen in your 8th house. So this is a very good time for you to do meditation, some self-introspection, some astral travel. Go deep within yourself through meditation. You can really do that because it's happening in your 8th house. You can undertake some spiritual practice also. Yes, you may be in search of spirituality. You may be in quest of spirituality. That this is also a very good time. 8th house, otherwise what will happen when Rahu is transiting in Pisces in the 8th house, even because this is after all the 8th house, it's very good for astral travel, for going into spirituality. This is the best time for you, Leo Ascendants. Otherwise you may also develop some illicit relationship with some person. This can happen. Extramarital affairs, developing illegal, illicit, immoral relationships with someone else, or with somebody's spouse, with some other person, developing unethical, illegal, illicit relationship. This can also happen. Especially extramarital relationship. You may somehow, Leo Ascendant people, you may get obsessed with somebody, you may get attracted to somebody, you may develop some relationship outside marriage. This can also happen. So please be careful. You may maintain secrecy about your sex life. You may not want to share your conjugal or sexual life with anyone else. You may maintain some secrecy. Even your own life partner may not know what you are up to. So please be careful. Sexual energy is actually a very vital sort of energy which every human being has. You should not waste your sexual energy by entangling with somebody in an immoral, unethical way. That is a very, what should I say? That is a very, very wrong, or that is a very, it's an unethical way of spending your sexual energy, and it is going to backfire actually. When people are in such a relationship and they think that, I have a secret life, I'm maintaining relationship with somebody, my family doesn't know, my life partner, spouse doesn't know. So they think that they are winning and they are, kind of fooling their life partner. But believe me, this is going to make them miserable. So this can happen especially during Rahu's transit in their 8th house for Leo Ascendants, and this can happen during this transit period. But later on you will become very miserable if you are up to such things. At the moment, some people might think that, oh wow, this is such a great thing. We have conquered the world, and we are actually so clever, but it's going to backfire sooner or later. By the end of Rahu's transit, when Rahu from Pisces will move on to Aquarius from Pisces. So by that time it can leave you even miserable. So please be careful, and you will definitely repent for what you have been indulged in. Okay, you have been indulged in immoral, illicit, extramarital relationship, unethical sort of relationship, which is not acceptable in any way. Definitely sooner or later you may have to repent for that. Okay, so please be careful. Do not waste your sexual energy. Otherwise, what you will see, you will see that maybe you were supposed to inherit some property. You will encounter obstacles in that. You were supposed to get some returns from your stocks or shares, some profits you were supposed to make. You will encounter obstacles. You may even end up making loss. You may end up losing on your money. This can also happen. Yes, so please be careful. Alright, so when you are activating Rahu in a negative way, even the Rahu that is transiting in your 8th house, and because of your actions Rahu gets activated in a negative way, then definitely the results can be very, very problematic for you. So please be careful. Okay, there may be some thieves, some people because of whom you may lose your money also. Some stranger may suddenly either you may encounter or meet that stranger in your own house. Maybe that stranger came into your house as someone who came to fix something in the house. That stranger entered into your house for some repair work or whatever. Okay, and that stranger may steal your money or gold or valuables from your house. This can happen for Leo ascendants. Please be careful. Okay, if you are following the path of immorality, then please be careful. You may lose your money, your gold, even your valuables you can lose during this period of transit, because 8th house is the house of loss. The loss happening because of some external negative agency or force which is unfriendly to you, and some external force which is a stranger like force. Because of that force you are losing your money. You never know, even reputation, why not? Please be careful, I'm telling you. Leo ascendant people, during this period you need to be very, very careful. All right, and it's happening in your 8th house. Okay, so yeah, you go to some marketplace and you're a little careless about something. Suddenly you may notice that your gold chain is missing. Okay, it's missing. So some stranger snatched it away in the marketplace also. It can happen. Means losing your valuable things, because loss, and Rahu can expand loss. Any kind of loss, Rahu causes expansion. So any kind of loss can get expanded. So please be very careful, Leo ascendant people. You will, and Rahu, very clever. How it will come enter into your life, and it will kind of, what should I say, it will very stealthily, secretively, it will move into your private territory, and you will not even know. After something valuable is lost, then you will wake up. So please be careful. Okay, this is also the house of sex, 8th house. Rahu is again some person whom you don't know, who could be a cheater. So getting sexually involved with somebody who has just come into your life with the motive of cheating on you and just using you, draining your sexual energy, leaving you just, they have come to kind of ruin you also. Please be careful. If you are having multiple partners, you're maintaining all that, your sex life is already problematic, then this is a wake-up call for you. These people can harm you. Okay? If you are trusting them, going around with them, making out with such a person who is so harmful and toxic, then they can drain away all your energy. They can leave you exhausted. They can leave you in a state of utter loss. So please be careful, Leo ascendant people. Now let's move on to Virgo ascendants. Alright, if you are a Virgo ascendant, Rahu will transit into your 7th house. Rahu in Pisces. You will find Rahu transiting into your 7th house if you are a Virgo ascendant. 7th house is the house of relationship. Okay, during this period, Virgo ascendant people, you will encounter, mostly if you are single, you will encounter, or even if you are not single, and if you are looking for love maybe outside your relationship or marriage, then you will encounter people who are fake, who are fraudsters, unless that person is from a foreign culture. But there is one exception. The person should be from a foreign culture. The person should be educated and ethical also. Only then this is the exception. Supposing you meet somebody from a foreign culture, say different language or different religion or different community or a different place, foreign place, and you know that person, maybe you met that person suddenly, but eventually over the months you come to know that person is very charitable, that person is very honest, ethical, somehow you come to know. Maybe you do some background check, you come to know from their friends or family, neighbors. When you are sure, then maybe that person is from a foreign culture, they come into your life as a partner, you enter into a sort of relationship with them, it could be okay. Alright? Otherwise, you will meet Virgo people, Virgo ascendant people. You will meet mostly fake people and fraudsters when it comes to relationship. You will meet all kinds of weird, strange people who are very lustful, who are just obsessed about sex and the body and nothing else. You will meet such people only, who have no emotional attachment, who have no concern for you, who are not looking for any committed or long-term relationship, who are here only to exploit you and exploit your body. So Virgo ascendants, you are likely to meet such people during this period of Rahu's transit in Pisces in your 7th house. Be very careful. Okay? Unless you know well about the person, do not let them come close to you. Do not allow them to get physical with you. Remember very well. And now also 7th house is the house of business. It's a house of independent business transactions. Your partners, you may suddenly realize your partner is cheating on you. During this period, be watchful of your partners, business partner or partners. Be very careful. They may cheat on you. This can happen. Alright? And you have to be careful about all your business deals also. Yes? So they may want to cheat on you. You may be a victim of their betrayal. Be very careful if you're into partnership business also. Okay? Now if you're into any kind of job, any profession, any business, 7th house is mostly the house of business. But say you're offering your services, you have your own business, you have your customers. Even your customers also may be very shrewd, very clever. They may approach you with the intention of cheating on you. Even customers also may be of this sort, because 7th house, you're doing some business, the people with whom you deal, you're into any kind of business, even your customers, they will be seen from the 7th house. So they may cheat on you. They may come with the intention of harming you, distracting you. So please be very careful. Alright? Now, you may develop some false conception regarding your business. You may be in the dark. You may not know what decisions to make. So do not make very vital decisions. Try to avoid taking vital decisions in your business during this period of Rahu's transit in your 7th house. Even I would say relationship and marriage. If it is possible to postpone your marriage, do that. It's better. Because Rahu is transiting into your 7th house of marriage, partnership, and it is problematic. Okay, so please be careful. But yes, when Rahu is transiting in your 7th house, Virgo ascendant people, you can undertake foreign travel. You may get the opportunity to go to a foreign land, to travel there, especially because of your work or business. You may go there. Okay, definitely. Or you may just get the opportunity to travel to a foreign land. This can happen. Now let's move on to Libra ascendant people. Libra ascendant people, this transit, Rahu's transit in Pisces, is happening in your 6th house. Alright, 6th house, be careful. Be careful about your digestive system. Okay, do not take food, junk food too much. It may affect your intestines and all. I mean, be careful about your digestion system. Okay, Libra ascendant people in the 6th house. Now, Rahu in the 6th house, if it is if Jupiter also in your chart is well placed, because it's happening in the 6th house of where you have the sign of Pisces, then Rahu may give you that ability, that sharpness to deal with your enemies. You may be able to win over them. Whatever enemies you may have, this Rahu's transit can also make you give you the power to defeat your enemies. But how will you do that? You will be able to do that if you make your Mercury strong, because 6th house is by default originally the house of Mercury in the natural zodiac, or in the chart of the cosmic man or Kalpurush. It is the house of Mercury. Strengthen your Mercury, your intelligence, your learning ability, your adaptive ability, your ability to learn things, quick-witted to understand things, your reasoning ability. Sharpen your skills, whatever skills you have, upgrade yourself. Then you will be able to have the upper hand. You will be able to have an edge over your enemies also, even at your workplace, or even enemies in general. And you can win and come out victorious. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you need to, this is after all, the 6th house is considered to be a so-called malefic house, and the house of diseases also. So do breathing exercise, do pranayama, because Rahu is obstruction, any kind of obstruction. So do breathing exercise, very important. If it is in Libra ascendant people, you need to do that. Okay, for good health, so that you can, even if there is a disease, you can come out of that. Okay, during this period, do not have this tendency to take one loan after another. Don't be obsessed with loan. During this period, you may run after loans. Already maybe you have a loan, you want to take one more loan. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay, you may end up in trouble if you are taking multiple loans. Do not do that. All right, be kind, do some charity, be kind to people who are physically, mentally challenged, be kind to all creatures. Okay, then Rahu in 6th house will give you good results. Do some service, in the name of humanity. Be kind to all creatures, to all people who are unprivileged and who are handicapped. Now let's move on to what results Rahu's transit in Pisces can give Scorpio ascendants. Scorpio ascendants, this transit is going to happen in your 5th house. The 5th house of knowledge. You may get drawn towards secretive knowledge, hidden knowledge, occult knowledge, even psychology, or you may be interested in exploring some strange, weird, people have, there are certain philosophies also, religious philosophies, which are which are very weird also, which are very weird, which are also they are not canonical, they are weird, and they are controversial. Somehow you may get attracted, you may want to follow those religious philosophy. This can happen. You may you may start learning about them. This can also happen. So when Rahu is transiting in your 5th house, the desire to acquire all that knowledge, maybe that forbidden knowledge, you will have the desire to acquire that. For your education, you may travel to a foreign place. This can happen. If you go abroad or to a different city or to a different town for your education, it will be good for you. Otherwise, some obstacles you may encounter in your education. Okay, you will be attached to your children, but then children may be either away from you, or you may have some difference of opinion with your child or children. This can also happen. All right, it's okay, give them their space, but it is also important to guide them along the path of morality. Children also may become very, very unruly, indisciplined during this period of transit. If you have a child or children, this can happen for Scorpio ascendant people. They may not be willing to listen, they may revolt, because Rahu is the ultimate revolter, is the ultimate idol breaker. So children will question everything, tradition, will question all norms of society, anything. It could be a difficult time raising them. Like raising children could be a big challenge also during this period of Rahu's transit in the 5th house, where you have the sign of Pisces. You may get separated from your beloved or from your lover. If you're in a love relationship, your lover may go to a foreign land suddenly, or you may get separated. You may somehow find yourself that your lover is away from you. May find yourself away from your lover. This can happen because your lover may be away from you, or it can so happen that there will be difference of opinion, problems, conflicts with your beloved or lover, or you may fall in love with somebody from a foreign culture, different language or religion or community or background, or somebody from a foreign place. You may fall in love with them. This can also happen. All right. Now, this will also give you, this is the house of speculation. Rahu is there. If you're investing in stocks and shares, it can give you good returns, but then look at the 5th house and 8th house connection in your chart. That is important. And also how the 5th lord is placed. And also this could also make you move towards occult knowledge. 5th house is knowledge. Rahu is anything which is hidden, secretive, occult knowledge. You can do well in any kind of occult field of knowledge also. 5th house is the house of mantras, chanting mantras. Okay, it is also the house of devotion and even religious worship. So chant some mantras. This can enable you to focus on some divine energy. You can focus on them to gain, to improve your power of concentration. So you can do that, and that can give you happiness. Chanting some powerful mantras, it can give you happiness also. This is the house of happiness. Let's move on to you may love foreign things. You may gain happiness from associating yourself with foreign things, foreign cultures, foreign places. This can happen. Now let's move on to the next ascendant. That is, if you are a Sagittarius ascendant, then Rahu will transit in Pisces, and this transit is going to happen in your 4th house if you are a Sagittarius ascendant. Mother's health, it may undergo ups and downs or problems. So your mother's health may need attention. Okay? You'll be attached to your mother, but there may be difference of opinion with your mother. Your mother may be away from you. So no matter what, be dutiful towards your mother. This is the best remedy for Rahu in the transit in the 4th house for Sagittarius ascendants. Be dutiful towards your mother, no matter what. Okay? Whether you agree to her or not, agree with her or not on certain things, it's okay to have difference of opinion. Mother is mother, so we can never repay the mother's debt. So you need to be dutiful towards your mother, be responsible. Then you may feel there could be some lack of peace of mind during this transit in Pisces in your 4th house. Okay? Lack of peace of mind. You may not feel peaceful at your house. You may, inside your home, at your house, you may feel restless. You may want to go away. So you may get the opportunity to travel to a different place, foreign place. So if you get that opportunity, it is good. You may think of building your house or buying a house in a foreign place during this period. This can also happen. Okay? So otherwise at home, if it is difficult for you to find peace of mind or concentration, difficult for you to concentrate on things, then you can do some meditation, breathing exercise. It can help you. All right? Then, Rahu, this is your house of your mind, no? It can make you manipulative. It can make you pessimistic also. So be very careful. So Rahu can cause illusion. Okay? It can deviate you even from, the path of morality. So be very careful. Do not fall into Rahu's trap. Okay? Don't get cynical. Don't get pessimistic. Don't lose hope. Okay? The only thing which never dies is hope. Okay? So we need to keep hope alive. So for your peace of mind, do some meditation. Very important. Do some breathing exercise. Yes? If you get the opportunity to travel to a different place during this period of Rahu's transit in your 4th house, go away from your birthplace or homeland. Go to some different place. That change could be good for you. It can heal you. It can give you peace of mind. Alright? Now let's move on to Rahu's transit in Pisces. What results it can give. Capricorn ascendant. If you are a Capricorn ascendant, then this transit of Rahu in Pisces will happen in your 3rd house. 3rd house, the house of your efforts. In the 3rd house, Rahu is believed to do well generally. So Rahu expands things. So try to put in more and more efforts in your work. This 3rd house is originally also the house of communication skills, all skills with your hands. So whatever skills, talents you have, try to increase your skills, talents, try to upgrade your skills and talents, because Rahu will, give you the desire. 3rd house is also the house of desire. The house of desire, passion, skills, courage. So Rahu will give you that desire to chase your goals. It can increase or magnify your hunger to chase your goals. So go with Rahu. Go with Rahu. If it is magnifying your desire to chase your goals, it is a good sign. Then you need to believe in making efforts repeatedly with perseverance. If you do that, then Rahu's transit in Pisces in your 3rd house will give very good results to Capricorn ascendants. Never give up. never ever give up. Just go on making efforts, repetitively go on making efforts. So like it's like do or die, and Rahu gives you that hunger to expand, to grow more and more, to put in more and more efforts. If you do that, you will get good results. Rahu can give you courage also, the courage to be different. Why not? I mean, we are all unique individuals. Yes, everyone is an individual, so we can be different. Our way of thinking can be different. We can be creative in a different way. There's nothing wrong about it. So Rahu gives you the courage to even think out of the box, to make efforts in a different way, which can be very rewarding in the long run for your work, for your profession. It can be very rewarding also. So when you have Rahu in the transiting in your third house, Capricorn ascendant people, anyway you love your work, so never ever give up. Go on making efforts. Just go on making efforts. Yes. Then during this period of transit in Rahu in your third house, you will get very good results, Capricorn ascendant people. Okay. Your communication skills, work on that. You will be able to influence people with your communication ability also. With whatever skills you have, you'll be able to influence people with that. People will get drawn towards you. You just go on making efforts. That's it. Believe in your passion and make efforts. You will get good results, Capricorn ascendant people. Alright? Definitely you can get good results. This is the house of Mercury. In the house of Mercury, Rahu is believed to do well actually. So just you need to sharpen your mind and intelligence. Okay? This is also the house signified by Mars. So you need to have the courage to dream. You need to dare to dream. Yes, have the courage to pursue your goal. Have the courage to dream big. Very important. Okay. Now let's move on to Rahu's transit in Pisces. What results we can expect for Aquarius ascendants. Aquarius ascendants, the transit of Rahu in Pisces will happen in your second house. It will happen in your second house. Second house of wealth. Second house of wealth, possessions, values, even food, speech, family. Now, you may be away from your family for some reason, or your family members, they may be away from you during this period of Rahu's transit in your second house. Okay, you may have to go away from your family, or you may have difference of opinion with your family members. You may be attached to them, but you may have some difference of opinion, some clashes with your family members. Be careful about your speech during this period of Rahu's transit. You may have a tendency to manipulate people with your speech. Do not do that. Okay? So do not manipulate anybody with your speech. Do not make tall and false promises. That there is a deadline at your workplace. Oh, I will easily reach that deadline. I will easily reach my target, and making all false promises, and you are overestimating your ability, and then later on you're not able to keep your word, and you're not able to meet your deadline, and then you need to cut a sorry figure. This should not happen. So set realistic goals for yourself. Do not say that yes, I can do everything. Don't say that. Yes, be very careful about what you say, what commitments you make, what you speak. Be very careful. See to it that whatever you speak, you have to speak truly, with truth. Okay, don't misguide people with your speech. This can happen. Rahu will now tempt you to misguide people with your speech so that you can earn more money. Rahu can do that. So don't follow the Rahu in such a case. Don't fall into the trap of Rahu. Okay, don't hurt people also with your speech. Then even money, you may get tempted to follow some shortcuts, adopt unfair means in earning or accumulating wealth. especially in accumulating. You want to accumulate more and more wealth, so that is why you may adopt some unfair means. Don't do that. You may get the opportunity to earn money through your foreign connections, foreign transactions, or you may go to a foreign land to earn money. This can also happen. Okay? You may go to a foreign land for earning money. This can happen. And accumulating money. Now, you will benefit from foreign transactions and from foreign customers, or dealing with people with foreign cultures. So that will enable you to gain more money or to accumulate more money. Okay, this can happen. Now Rahu is also using online technology, internet technology, any kind of technology can enable you to earn money. Okay, so yeah. Now, so we need to use Rahu in a positive way. Then Rahu can also enable us to earn money. Rahu from the second house is also looking at your 8th house of inheritance. So Rahu can enable you to suddenly, gain some money from inheritance. This can also happen. Okay, during this period, it can happen. So yeah, gaining money suddenly from stocks, shares, suddenly from some investment, you gain a lot of money. This can also happen. All right, but don't try to accumulate money by adopting any unfair means. Now let's move on to your food also. Now you may get attracted to foreign cuisines. The food which all food which is popular in foreign cultures. Like if you're an Indian, you may get drawn towards Chinese food. Just an example, because Rahu is anything that is foreign. Okay, or you may develop, Rahu is also something which is unusual, peculiar. You may develop some strange food habits also during this period, so be very careful. You may not be disciplined about your food. You may eat at weird hours of the day or night. Don't do that. That will not be good for your health. Second house is also the house of possession, and health is the most important possession in our life. So be very careful about your food habits. Okay, so don't be indisciplined. Don't to take food at any time of the day. Don't do that. Okay, so yeah, you have to be disciplined when it comes to your dietary habits. Now let's move on to, stay away from addiction, drinking. This is the house of food and drinks. Stay away from, and even second house, Rahu is there. Food, drinks, even drugs also. Stay away from all addiction. Okay, don't get addicted to drinking, even smoking. Don't get addicted to anything. Don't do that. Okay, you have to be very careful about your habits also. Now let's move on to your the last. I think now I'll be talking about Pisces ascendant. Pisces ascendants, Rahu's transit in Pisces will happen in your first house. Okay, just now I covered Aquarius ascendants. Now I'll talk about Pisces. Now in the very first house you have Pisces. So Rahu is transiting into your first house. So your entire life will now be influenced by Rahu, by some foreign energies. You never know. Your life is going to be influenced. Rahu is not just foreign. Rahu is anything which is out of the box, unusual, strange. Okay, Rahu is research, so many other things I will tell you. Now Rahu is transiting into your first house, your life. So definitely you may get the opportunity to travel to a foreign land. Okay, during this period you may go to a foreign land. This can happen. Alright, if you get the opportunity, you should go to a foreign land. Pisces ascendant people. Okay, then what else I can tell you? You will also maybe see that during this period of Rahu's transit in your first house, you are able to associate yourself with people from foreign cultures. You're dealing with people who are from foreign cultures. This can happen. So they will somehow impact your life, overall life. Okay? So during this period of Rahu's transit in Pisces, in the first house, you may become revolts. You may suddenly revolt against tradition, certain customs. You may revolt. If you are revolting against some superstitious belief or custom, if you're revolting against something for the right reason, that is okay. But otherwise, if you are getting drawn to things which are antisocial, then it is not good. Okay? Because Rahu is temptation. It can tempt you to take the easy path. Yes? And say that, very conveniently say that I don't believe in societal norms, regulations. I don't believe in marriage. I don't believe in morality. Because Rahu is a non-believer. Rahu can tempt you. So don't fall into Rahu's trap. Pisces ascendant people, be very careful. During this period of Rahu's transit in Pisces in your first house, Rahu can tempt you in various ways also. But yes, the positive thing is that Rahu's transit in Pisces in your first house, Pisces is a sign ruled by Jupiter. If Jupiter is more or less well placed in your chart, then you may get drawn towards research. You may want to do research, some secret investigation. You may want to acquire some secret knowledge, hidden knowledge, occult knowledge. Then it will give you very good results if you're a Pisces ascendant. Okay? You may want to acquire occult knowledge, like knowledge in the field of astrology or tarot, etc. This can happen. Okay? Alright friends, Rahu's transit in Pisces. And one more thing before winding up, I would like to tell you that if you are a Pisces ascendant, then during this period, you may become skeptical. You may doubt people, their intentions. This can happen. Be very careful. You may suddenly be obsessed about your own looks. Yes, this can happen. You may be very eager to chase your goals in life, and you may want more and more in life. Rahu can make you very hungry for everything in life. For money, power, position, relationship. Rahu can make you hungry and leave you unsatisfied. Rahu can make you even greedy, selfish. Be very careful, Pisces ascendants. You may, even tend to be pessimistic, even cynical. You may be in the habit of doubting people, looking upon everybody and everything with suspicion. That is not good. Too much of anything is bad. But if Rahu gives you analytical ability, analytical skills, your ability to do research, do investigation, that is a good thing. Alright? So use the energy of Rahu, which you will find now in your first house in Pisces ascendant people. Use the energy of Rahu in a positive way, because Rahu can really make you very intelligent also. Very intelligent. You will be able to see through things. You'll be able to have even great perceptive ability. You will have great intuitive ability also. You will have the power to see things which even common people can't see. And that is why you can do very well if you're after some hidden or secret knowledge. Alright? So that was my analysis of Rahu in Pisces in the first house for Pisces ascendants. Alright? So with this I wind up my views on Rahu's transit in Pisces, how it's going to be for each of the 12 ascendants. If you have found this video informative, useful, do give it a like and also do subscribe to the channel, friends, and take care. And if you want personal consultation, details are there in the video description. Okay, do connect and do take care. See you next time, friends. Bye.